This is why the Chinese were strict in educating their children and teaching them rules before they reached the age of 12. These rules are what we have been advocating all these years, namely 弟子规, Guide to a Happy Life, and the Treatise on Response and Retribution. These are compulsory learning and practice for children. In the context of Buddhism, these are rules that humans should abide by. Learning them from young enables a child to develop a habit that would last for a lifetime. Because good behaviors and habits formed in one's childhood will become second nature. One's memory is the best during childhood. So the essential teachings of the ancient saints and sages ought to be read and recited. It wouldn't be necessary to explain them. Just instruct the students to recite the texts. With many repeated recitations, the principles would become apparent naturally. The experiences of the ancients tell us that the meaning becomes clear through repeated reading. Therefore, when teachers and respected elders explain these teachings to the student, he would understand them immediately and wouldn't find them difficult. He would even comprehend the parts that haven't been taught by his teachers and respected elders. When teachers conversed with each other in the past, they would say something like, "A certain student has a great comprehension ability." Where does such great comprehension ability come from? It originates from a pure mind. The student has few defilements, but many righteous thoughts. What are righteous thoughts? He remembers the teachings of the ancient saints and sages. These are righteous thoughts. Nowadays, this type of education no longer exists. Do the children learn? Yes, they still do. Where do they learn? From the television. At 6 or 7 years old, children attend primary school. I don't know much about primary schools in China, but I do know that in other countries, children are already using computers in first grade. These children are very smart. Using the computer becomes second nature to them. The child discovers a wealth of information from the computer. Eventually, it becomes his electronic toy. Thus, he receives tainted information unknowingly. The consequence is the emergence of distorted views. This is very scary. As these negative perceptions are preconceived in his mind, he'll reject the saints and sages' teachings when he's introduced to them later in life. What he learned since young will form his prejudiced views, and they become his standards. He'll reject anything that isn't in line with his standards. What do children learn from computers? They learn violence, pornography, killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, selfishness, and benefiting oneself at the expense of others. They learn these. This is the source of current social unrest. It's the root of fear and unhappiness.